It is day 3. I think this is day 3. And the motor's in. The motor went in last night. Also, to compound all the embarrassment from yesterday about getting bolts out and mismatching and misplacing nuts and bolts and stuff, and trying to fucking heat and break nuts that weren't even nuts, they're just welded on. To compound all that, to make it worse, that bolt that we stopped with last night because we didn't have one that was the right size and it was late, we just ended up with 3 out of 4 bolts in the engine mounts. We went to Johnson's today because we had one bolt we knew was the right thread and one bolt that we knew was the right length. And it turns out the one that was the right length was the same thread as the one that was the right thread. So really our problem was that engine mount bracket was slightly bent. Anyway, we just got here and we got it to go in, and so now all 4 engine mounts are fully secure and the engine is really do be in there. When I shake the engine, the car shakes. That's never happened before, not even with the old motor. So today we're working on suspension. I got this awesome kit. I don't remember where I bought it, but all the labels are in Japanese. They're all the receipts and stuff. It is upper control arms with ball joints attached. It is lower ball joints, inner tie rods, outer tie rods, and sway bar M-links. So the only thing it's not is LCA with LCA bushings. It's pretty much everything else. So we're in the process of replacing all this shit. And Kat's over here doing work without me. What are you doing?
I just took these out.
Cool.
Here's this.
So it's just gonna undo that castle nut. So that'll have a cotter pin on it. So we need needle.
I already pulled it
Oh, you
out.
already got the cotter pin. Okay, cool. Anyways, that's what's going on today. We just don't really have any help today. So we're doing the stuff that we know how to do so that we can tackle the other stuff when we have a few more people. And hopefully if we get this done, we can also put in the new cluster as well. So I'll have a tack when we start this thing up.
Sorry.
And how dare you. Thank the Lord for the pickle fork. We got this bad boy out, and then we unbolt some other bad boys. These bad boys, where's the other one? Oh, over here. And then the whole UCA should come out, and then we put our whole new UCA with ball joint in. What an interesting conundrum. That's cool, because I wanted to take the coilover out anyway, so I can try to get it a little bit lower.
Daddy shoes.
I wore my white dad at a barbecue shoes today. My feet hurt and these is comfy. For a while now, I've been really wishing this bad bitty was lower in the front. But last time I tried to adjust the these green dogs, it just wouldn't go. But it was still in the car and I had like no leverage. Hopefully she do a different story this time. If only I had the spanner for the right car. What if I had an idea? This might be the smartest thing I've ever done. Hold on.
This is wild.
Okay. Fuck.
See, now the car's lower.
Yeah, there's no suspension. My idea is I get this thing solid in place, and then I can just twist this, and that spins.
Do you want me to just hold it for you?
Are you a whole ass car? Ah, you see, now that's the problem.
What?
It just won't twist. Maybe if I try to loosen it first. Oh, that hurts me so good. All I'm trying to do is close that gap. I'm trying to spin this until it meets up with all this shit. That's all I'm trying to do. But honestly, I think it's actually bottomed out already. I don't know, fuck it. I guess these just don't go any lower. Okay, let's do the shit that we came here to do. So fancy, so shiny. Give her a tidy. Cool.
Tight like a tiger.
Never heard of it. What's that from?
I don't know. My dad says that.
Oh, I was kidding. I actually know what it's from. So.
Oh, what is it from?
Austin Powers Gold member.
Oh, that makes sense when my dad says it the way he says it then. Toy like a toy.
Yeah, that's Gold member is the character who says that. And he's fucking gross.
I feel like every Austin Powers character is gross.
That's pretty true. So we can put this bad bitty back up in his bitch. Hey, turn up. You got my nuts in your hand?
I got your nuts in my hand.
Okay, good. And she helps you get the nut.
We're breaking up.
Oh. Ah, fuck.
King of the castle nut.
Damn, all those bitch doors be shiny. That's crazy how all this stuff's new now. Wow.
Cool.
Pro tip. Don't buy cheap coilovers.
My name is Cinco de Mayo. You killed my father.
That's racist.
This is what it reminded me of when you said
Domingo de Mayo.
Domingo de Mayo. My name is Leon Montoya. You should watch that movie. I love it.
That's Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I love Princess Bride. It's so good.
Mother of heck. This discourages me. So in order to like get everything kind of back together, we got to get the axle in. And this is kind of a moment of truth for this swap, because for a while everybody was telling me that I had to swap hubs to like an EG or an Integra hub or something like that, because this is 23 spline outboard. Like the outboard spline is 23 count. On everything except for the base model EF and maybe earlier Civics, it's 24 spline. An EG will have thicker splines, or even the SI version from this year, or from this generation will have 24 spline. So everybody's like, those axles won't work, dude. And I was like, yeah, but all of the axles for D series are 25 spline inboard. So I just assumed we could use the stock axles. If I just use the axles that came on this car, they should go into any D series transmission, right? Like, makes sense. But I don't really know that for sure, so we're about to find out. Worst case scenario, that axle doesn't go in, but I have 2 axles at home that I know will go in. So worst case scenario, I go to a junkyard and get 24 spline hubs off of some other Civic or an Integra or whatever, and I just bring those axles from home. It slides in like 90% of the way. It's just that last like inch that we need to like kind of tap it in. So I'm thinking they fit. We're about to find out. So I'm gonna get under here and film, and Kat's gonna try to tap these axles in. So that just needs to seat in there. Oh shit, it's in.
Yeah, I was gonna say I felt it.
I don't even know if I filmed it, but yeah, she's in. So fuck you to everybody who said that I had to do a whole like Integra conversion on the front. These are the stock axles from the 88 Civic, and they do slide into a D Series 5-speed. You know what I just realized is how I don't have this. I hope that's normal. I'm sure it's fine. I'd still have to do this lower ball joint, but I figure that's something I can come back to. I know I talked so much shit about how all the rubber up front is getting replaced. That lower ball joint is not that bad. I mean, it probably is, but it's way more rigid than anything we pulled off of this car. And the upper ball joint, I know for a fact clunked really bad. And so all the wiggling and clunking and stuff from the front end was that front trans mount right here that we replaced, and the upper ball joints. And so having all new bushings up top in the UCA and a new upper ball joint, makes me confident that it won't be clunky. But worst case scenario, we do a lower ball joint, which is not the end of the fucking world. And so yeah, now we just get that axle in, do everything we did on the other side, get that axle in, fill up the transmission with oil, which we bought some 90 weight and a pump, so that shouldn't be too hard. And that's almost everything that I wanted to accomplish today. Once we get all that done, and then we install the SI cluster. So we're probably just gonna jam out to some music and not film the other side, but we'll update you when more shit happens. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. This is going by quicker, and this is
easy, and it's daylight, and it's not 40 degrees.
Freezing. It's a little chilly, but it's not freezing.
Hey! The cat is over here working on this side.
Look at my big flashlight.
Wow, that's a big ass flashlight. Use the light that's under there that I accidentally left under there. That's fine and safe. So anyway, I should have been over here working on shit, helping Kat, but instead I've been under the car doing something amazing. Check this out. I hope you're as excited about this as I am, because I'm very excited about this. I have been working on connecting shift linkage. First, second, third, fourth, fifth gear. Oh boy! That's crazy. I got the top half of the header on. I'm gonna get under there and put the bottom half on. So it's like kind of cool. I got the shift linkage on, the exhaust on, and then when we're done with this side of the suspension, all we'll really have to do is fill the transmission with oil, which I have everything to do that today. Axle number 2 going in. Don't press too hard. Don't crunch me. Give it a little wiggle and a twist and stuff. No, so it just needs some tapping, just like the last one.
I didn't even tap the last one. I just pushed it in.
Oh, shit. Yep, it's all the way in. Oh, I'm so happy about that, because that's like the one thing I was actually worried about. Look at Kat go. Kat's just doing this whole damn swap.
I cannot see. How does it look over here?
Terrifying.
Fucked up? It feels fucked up.
Oh, no, you're going in.
I cannot get this. That thing.
Kat's just feeling extra empowered today, so she's just doing everything. She decided to finish up the job that I was gonna start, and then
Okay. I was like,
I started helping her, and then she's like, okay, I'm gonna do the thing you were about to do. You good? How many brains you got left?
I didn't even start with any.
Put one bolt in that.
Where are the bolts for that?
Oh.
I don't have any of that.
And hold on, stop. Fuck.
Oh gosh.
Hit me in that.
Once I'm giving you the net. You're getting my net.
Okay, I know it's been a lot of talk about the SI cluster, and that was going to be like the climax of the video, but I understand that's probably not that interesting for anybody who's not me, and it's getting late, and I got a lot of homework to do. Cat's under there tightening up the exhaust, and once that's done, I think I'm gonna sit in the car and feel that 5th gear again, and then the day is done. We're gonna be out of here. But we got a lot of shit done today. I'm really proud of my fucking girlfriend, because she's like doing a shitload of work. She basically did this whole ass side herself.
You just put like the last few bolts in.
Yeah. And oh, and that axle was funny because it was like, we had it in the transmission, but the boot was like super stretched out and fucking weird, and we couldn't get.
It looked like when someone breaks their arm.
Yeah. Or like when they dislocate their shoulder and it's like.
It's like.
Yeah, it's gross.
You're like, see, look at it, and I was like.
And so we couldn't get it in here because it's too long, so we couldn't pull the hub away from the car enough to get the other end of the axle in the hub. So we ended up pulling the axle out of the transmission again and like trying to press it, finagle it and wangle it and jangle it, and then I just like flipped it upside down, went boom on the ground, and it just went into place. And I was like, okay. For me, the true centerpiece of this engine swap is having 5 gears. Oh, it's so good. I can't wait to be like. And then that's like 300 miles an hour right there, I think. I can't believe that. 5th gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm so excited. Whew. Okay. Let's get out of here. Okay, it's a couple days later, but since then, whatever it was that we did, a lot has happened. Kat and I came here the other day, just kind of plugged away on our own. We got the exhaust on, which I know we filmed that. Got the shift linkage on. All of the coolant lines, hoses, all that stuff is hooked up. Fuel lines are hooked up. The only real problem I ran into there was we still had the fuel line from the old motor attached to the fuel filter, and then we have this fuel line still connected to the new motor. This is the fuel line that came with the new motor. All I did was undid this little banjo bolt, took off the old fuel line, and snapped this banjo bolt into place where the old line went. So hopefully I've got that tight enough and it won't leak. Basically everything is bolted in, it's good to go. You know, hoses are ran, all the plumbing is done, throttle cable, clutch cable, speedometer cable, like everything is kind of good to go except some vacuum lines and the wiring. The wiring is the next big thing to tackle. Going into this, I knew that we'd be converting DPFI to MPFI and OBD0 to OBD1. So dual point fuel injection to multi-point fuel injection, so it's 4 injectors instead of like 2. OBD0 to OBD1 basically means all the plugs are different, lots of stuff needs to change, but that's what all my jumper harnesses here are for. Oh shit. Bye-bye. Get that back later. So I have jumper harnesses for like the distributor, the other stuff, the ECU and everything. The only thing I'm not really sure of is whether or not I'm gonna have to do any wiring on the injectors. Somebody told me that I can get the power plug from an EK or something like that because it shares all the grounds across the injectors. I don't need a injector resistor box from an EG and like all this, I don't know. So it's a bit complicated. I don't really fully understand it, which is, you shouldn't go into a swap not fully understanding it. But I figured we'd be fine because I have this giant write-up on how to do everything, but I keep forgetting to bring my laptop with me. So anyways, hopefully tomorrow or sometime in the next few days, we'll come back, we will tackle the wiring, and we can hopefully get this thing running. The only other concern I have from just doing the wiring is clutch pedal feels like it's not doing anything. It's super, super light. I feel like maybe we put the wrong pressure plate on it or something, because the clutch fork or the little actuator thing, this guy right down here, it has full range of motion. Like when you press the clutch in, it goes from top to bottom or bottom, whatever. It does its whole job. You can hear the throwout bearing pushing on stuff in there. It's doing all the movement that it needs to do. It's just so light. It's really scary. Hopefully it's just a really light feeling clutch, but I think we're probably gonna have to drop that transmission and look into some stuff. I used a stage 2 eBay clutch for the year of the transmission that I have, and I used pressure plate for I think the year of transmission that I have. However, there was some confusion. I ordered a lot of stuff and forgot to return some stuff, so I might be running the wrong pressure plate. I know that the flywheel is good. That doesn't, I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, we did have 2 different flywheels, one off of an EG, one off of an EF. So I don't know. I could be running the wrong flywheel. Maybe it's not thick enough. Anyway, I really want to just get this thing running first and then deal with the clutch issue. I can't drive it anywhere if I don't have a working clutch, but also the clutch doesn't matter if the car doesn't run. So I just want to get the car running, and then we can drop the transmission and stuff and whatever. I just wanted to kind of cap off that video from a few days ago with the current progress, what's really going on right now. Slightly discouraged. If it weren't for the clutch thing, I would be in very high spirits. It's just we have 2 daunting issues now instead of just 1. If you step back and look at what we've done so far, I'm fairly impressed. Like, we got a motor in a car. Not a ton of help. Like last time when we did the JZ swap, like we had Riley, we had our buddy Jake, we have like all kinds of expertise floating around, and this time it's kind of just been us. Aside from that first day, it'll get running, it'll get moving. It's just a matter of getting our dicks in a row. So hopefully next time you see this car, some real progress is being made. And I'm pissed because I still haven't put this fucking cluster in, but that'll get done too. All right, so thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support and helpful tips in the comments. This thing's getting closer and closer by the day. Stay tuned for more stuff, and shout out to these people for giving us money.